What is up, guys, and welcome back to the Bulk Life episode 5. Now today's a big day because we're going to be doing the strength testing, the 1 rep max testing in the workout today, which is going to be awesome because it's going to give us a benchmark, something that we can compare to later on in the series. And it's also going to give us some sort of progression. You know, we're going to be able to see progression. This is obviously the first test, so like I say, it's a benchmark that we can then hopefully grow from and see the progress each time I do this. So looking forward to that. I'm about to head out, do some errands, got a few things to do, just little things. First I'm going to go make some breakfast, so I'll show you that. And I've got a topic I want to talk about later in the video, related kind of to the 1 rep max tests. And I think there's some information in there that will be really useful for you guys. So I will see you guys in the next part of the video. Right, what is up, guys? Got the whiteboard out here. Just going to go through a few things about strength training, seeing as that is the topic of today's episode, pretty much. If you can hear any background noise, it's because I'm in the conservatory and it's raining as usual in England, so there's going to be background noise, a little patter of rain. Got to get used to that here. But the first most important thing is the rep ranges. Now, what you're going to be used to in hypertrophy, you know, building muscle, is going to be 6 to 12 reps. Lots of sets, you know, 15, 20, 25 sets per session. Now what you've got to think with strength is because, you know, you're going to be in excess of 80% of your 1 rep max, 80, 90, even sometimes 100%, it's going to take a toll on your nervous system. So you can't be doing so many reps and you're not going to be able to because the weight is so much heavier. So you want to be aiming for 2 to 5 reps per set. Depends what the weight is. If you're down near the 80% of your 1 rep max, you're probably going to be able to hit 5. Whereas if you're up 90, 95% of your 1 rep max, might be looking more down in the 2 range. The next thing I want to mention is a particular training system that you can use for strength, and that is negatives. Now negatives basically just means the negative part of the movement, so on a bench press, lowering the weight. It's also known as the eccentric part, as opposed to the concentric part of the movement where you are contracting. Like I say, it's a training system to help improve 1 rep max. You're probably going to need you are going to need a spotter for this. Basically, you're just going to perform the negative part of the movement. Don't worry about pushing the weight back up or picking the weight up if it were, say, a deadlift or something like that. You just do the negative part of the movement, so lowering the weight down, whether it's with the deadlift or lowering the weight from a bench press down to your chest. And you want to do that with 110 to 120% of your 1 rep max, so more than you can lift. Basically the reason for that is, obviously you've got to lower it as slowly as you can, keeping the time under tension, making the muscles work, and once you get to the end of the movement, your spotter will lift the weight back to where it needs to be, because obviously you can't do that part yet. And the reason for this is the eccentric part of the movement, or the negative part, training that and improving that gives more over to the concentric part to help improve that, rather than the other way around. So the best thing to do if you can't do both, if you can't perform both parts of the movement, is to improve the eccentric part of the movement, and that will then pass over to the concentric, and you should see faster results in terms of improving your overall strength. Next thing, as with the rep ranges, rest periods. Now if your rest periods are too short, like 60 seconds, like you're used to for, your hypertrophy, your regular sessions, you're just going to overload your nervous system. It's not going to be able to handle it. So depending on, again, whether you're doing 80%, 90%, 100% of your 1 rep max, you want to be aiming for 3 to 5 minutes in between sets. And I know that seems like a long time, and for a lot of people it is. But you've got to remember that you're lifting a lot of weight here, you're putting a lot of stress on your body, on your nervous system. Muscle fibres are quick to recover, They tire out slightly, they recoup their energy, they find more energy stores and they're ready to go again. They clear out the lactic acid, boom, done. Nervous system, not quite like that, if you go out and you have like a hair-raising experience, whether you nearly have a car crash or whatever it might be, and you get the adrenaline pumping and your nervous system is working, it takes a long time before your heart rate returns to normal, you've completely recovered, you feel okay again. You might still be shaky, a lot of things. So you've got to increase those rest periods so that you're able to continually try and beat and improve your maximum lifts. I like to call this the spotter placebo effect for the next point. And basically that is, the placebo effect, if you don't know, is basically when people take medicine that does nothing, but because they've been given medicine they feel better, if you see what I mean there. And this is basically, I tried to squat 150 and I couldn't do it. 150 kilos, I could not do it. I got on my personal training course. There's a bodybuilder there spotting me who can squat 220. I know that he's good, he's got me. Bang, 170 out like that. Easy as pie. Literally not even a struggle. And that was the spotter placebo effect. I felt like I could lift more because I wasn't worried about, if I couldn't, I knew he had me. I wasn't worried about crumbling under that 150 because I knew that, he'd keep me safe essentially. So I improved my lift. I already could do it. I already could squat 170. He didn't help me. But just knowing that he was there aided me in my aided me in performing the lift. Next point is you've got to do less exercises. You can't be doing 5, 6, 7 different exercises per session. You want a maximum of 10 sets in your entire workout for that day. At a maximum, that is 5 to 10. And basically, you can't be doing all these different exercises, isolation stuff. That's just for bodybuilding. That's if you want to improve the shape and the look of your muscles and the way they look under light when they're lean, how striated they are, things like that. Is going to be hypertrophy. If you're just talking strength, only large compound lifts, bench press, deadlift, squat, military press, dips, those sort of things. Big compound lifts that will incorporate all sorts of muscles from the body, and less of the bicep curls, tricep extensions, things like that. You don't need them if you're just training for strength. This last point here, or second to last point should I say, is carb loading. Now when you're attempting 90% plus of your 1 rep max, that's a massive drain on your energy sources. Like I said, it affects your nervous system, but also the energy sources in your body, your carb stores, your fat stores. There'll be a mad rush to activate them, access them, so that you can use that energy to help try and move the weight. So I'd suggest a high fat, high carb meal, as much as you can get into you, at least 3 to 4 hours before your workout though, so that you have enough time for your body to process it, digest it, store it, ready to be used. But not, if you're only doing it an hour or two before your workout, you're still going to feel bloated, you're still going to have those negative effects of eating so much before trying to work out. So like I say, 3 to 4 hours before your workout, big meal, lots of carbs, lots of fats. Make sure they're good carbs, nothing that's just going to be used instantly, like chocolates, things like that. You want slow digesting carbs. Rice, pasta, potatoes, sweet potato, they're all great. And between eating that for the next 3 to 4 hours before your workout, try not to do too much, because otherwise you're going to be using up the stores that you've just saved for your workout. And finally, not sure if you can see this here, make sure you sleep. A lot of people don't sleep enough. Sleep is the best way to reset your nervous system. If you're getting enough sleep, you're good to go. So quick recap, lower rep ranges, make sure to use negatives in your training, they'll help tremendously. Make sure to increase your rest periods, don't just go straight back into it a minute after you've just tried, give yourself plenty of time. try bringing a spotter if you haven't got one. You never know how much better you're going to do if you've got a spotter. And make sure it's a proper spotter. Don't bring in your spindly mate if you're a 250 pound bodybuilder. It's not going to help. You know, you're going to need somebody there on your level who can safely remove that weight from you if there is trouble. Less exercises, 2 or 3 exercises per session, couple of sets of each, 10 to 15 at an absolute maximum for total sets in the workout. Carb load, if you're really going for it, if you really want to improve your lifts in this particular session, make sure to eat high carbs, high fat meal 3 to 4 hours before your workout and go to bed on time. So that's basically all I've got for you at the moment for training for strength. If you guys are thinking about training for strength, getting started with that, you can use this list as things to incorporate from the start, and you know, you should see much faster improvements than maybe other people your age who are trying to do the same thing but not incorporating this into their workout. So that is all for now, guys, and I'll catch up with you in the next part of the video.